This famous politician has several nicknames, including Agwambo, which means the mysterious one. Raila Odinga has oftentimes been described as the enigma in Kenyan politics. To me, because my course, Your Excellency, my specialization in labor movement is organizing. I'm an organizer. And you are a terrible organizer I have ever met in my life. Why do I say so, General? Raila Odinga will be with him until 2 a.m. in the morning. You leave one another to go and have a rest in the night. When you put on your TV at 10 the following day, he's about 500 kilometers away from where you met, addressing Kenyans, being made an elder of that community, and you are still tired. That is why, to me, you are a wonderful organizer. No other sophisticated politician fits the bill of such a title. I look at Raila Odinga's life, sheds priceless details that portrays a towering figure who exerts enormous and unrivaled influence. Sometimes why we fail, we calculate our gains before we reach our destination as far as our achievements are concerned. With him is a man who is prepared to take any task without price, so long as it reflects the aspirations of the suffering poor. For years, the long-term politician has dominated the political influence, crafting a formidable force to be reckoned with those who are perceived to be his competitors. It is with that respect that he attracts both critics, diehards, and supporters. To us, as people who come from the pressure group, pressurizing for issues that are related to the laboring poor, we have always admired you. US President Barack Obama's father, was from the same village where you were born and where you come from and where your county is. And it is this background that sometimes Kenyans ask themselves that if that particular count was not inside Kenya, then we would have not had an opportunity to have wonderful people who have made a remarkable global impact that we will remain reading, thinking for now and for years to come. Raila Odinga was born on 7th of January 1945 in Western Kenya at a place called Maseno. Somebody from Congo. I think when we have elections in Kisumu, sometimes I invite you to my rural home on those sides. You would always pass at the hospital from where Honorable Raila Odinga was born, from a family Mama was known as Raila Odinga, and Baba was known as Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, also a freedom fighter, our first vice president of the Republic of Kenya. He received his primary education in Kisumu, a primary school in Kisumu. Now, it's one of our national schools called Maranda Secondary School. It still has a primary school in Western Kenya and next to Bondo University. Starting in 1962, he spent 2 years at the Harder Institute, part of the University of Leipzig in Germany. He then earned a scholarship to the technical school in Magdeburg, East Germany, where he graduated in 1970 with a degree in mechanical engineering. He's an engineer by profession. After completing his graduate studies in 1970, Raila returned to Kenya, where he became a lecturer at the University of Nairobi. 1971, while still teaching at the University of Nairobi, he established what would become East African Spectre Limited, a company of manufacturing liquid petroleum gas cylinders. In 1974, he left the University of Nairobi and began working at the Kenya Bureau of Standards as a group standards manager. 4 years later, he was promoted to deputy director of the Kenya Bureau of Standards. 1982, he was falsely accused of collaborating with the plotters of a failed coup attempt against the then president, at that particular time. He was charged with treason and imprisoned without trial for 6 years. Shortly after his release, he was rearrested for involvement with activities pushing for multi-party democracy in Kenya in September 1988. In other words, he's the father of multi-party democracy in the Republic of Kenya, and democracy as far as our democracy is concerned. He was again released from prison on June 12, 1989, but a year later, he was arrested again. He was again released from prison on June 21, 1991, in October of the same year, and left for Norway. His decision to leave